Journey here, and we're all getting really excited for Slime Rancher 2. I'm sure we've all seen the full trailer by now. If you have not seen the full trailer, I will link my video down in the description where I show the video in full and my reaction to it. So I decided to go through the trailer, do a bit of a breakdown of all the things that you may have missed. So let's get started. So the first thing I noticed is that the conservatory is right on the cliffs on the edge of the Slime Sea, which is pretty reminiscent of the position of her home in Slime Rancher 1, which was also on the cliffs right by the Slime Sea. But with here, it's all encased into the huge glass greenhouse versus just her home being out on its own. And then the next shot we see here is, it looks like the boat or the docks that Beatrix used to come over to the new island, to the new land. And she didn't use a boat or anything before, so I don't know if this is something we'll be able to use or if this is just kind of decoration, just sort of remind us that Beatrix sailed over from the other land to come to Rainbow Fields. And here we even get a little picture of Beatrix sailing, and the island itself looks so pretty with all the colors just radiating off of it. So I wonder that might be part of maybe an opening or a cutscene that we get to see at the start of the game, to see her sailing over from the other side. And here we have Ember Valley, and as you can see, this is where we're going to find the fire slimes and the boom slimes. In fact, let me change here, and I caught one of the boom slimes exploding, and the boom slimes are actually floating in the lava. So I would imagine that this isn't something that Beatrix will be able to step in if the boom slimes are using it as a lazy river. So here in the tide pools, I've noticed that the rock slimes are always in the same area as the angler slimes. You know, and I haven't seen any tabby slimes in these trailers. We've seen some in the pictures, but not in the trailer. So I wonder if, because the rocks and the tabbies used to be in the same area together. So I kind of wonder where the tabby slimes will be. Next, I noticed a few different things in the conservatory. First of all, Beatrix's home has got a bit of an upgrade. She's got a lot of flowers around. There's a lot more greenery, not just in the greenhouse, but also around her home. I'm really hopeful that her home will be used more than speeding up time and reading letters. I hope it'll have some functional, practical purpose. And then also, if you see up here, there are a lot of little hanging plants, and I don't know if this will be something that maybe will be useful or if this is just decoration, but it's interesting to see all of the plants hanging about in the greenhouse. But we can see a lot of the different plorts. I see there's a hunter plort and gold plorts, and there's a brown plort at the bottom. So I wonder if that's a saber plort, or maybe it's from the ringtail slime. It might be from one of the new slimes that we're getting in the game. But this board is rather large, so I wonder if they're leaving room for additional slimes to be added as the game progresses. That would be exciting. And of course, we have our Slimepedia here. And here we see some of the garden plots that we'll find in the game with, you know, our old friends, the heartbeats. And it looks like those are maybe some pogo fruit. And also I see they have a slime scare. So some of our old tools will come back that we have. So I would imagine drones and all those things will also be back in the game. And even in our chicken coops, we'll also get the upgrades as we did before. So we have the addition of the grass to help feed our hens and the little news to keep them entertained. I always thought that was so cute that, that the hens would watch the news with other hens doing the news. Now here is something that has everybody buzzing. Everyone is really wondering if this machine here means that we'll have multiplayer, because there is a Wi-Fi signal crossed out. As far as I've known, as far as I've heard, there still is no multiplayer in the game. This is most likely their version of the range exchange. And maybe at this point, the range exchange is not connected. So that's why there's the Wi-Fi crossed out. I don't want to step on any dreams. You can feel free to, we can imagine that this is for multiplayer. I hope it is. That would be nice. But it's probably most likely a new version of the range exchange. I'm gonna scroll in here because it's really hard to see, but from what I've seen, it really looks like we'll find a lot of the water lettuce out in the Starlight Strand. because I've seen that in this trailer and also the trailers from before and the pictures that we got of the area. So be on the lookout for, this is the cotton slime's favorite food, so I'm imagine there'll be a rainbow fields as well, but definitely you can also find some in Starlight Strand. And it looks like we may not have to worry about slime keys this time around. It seems like the doors are going to be open with plorts, just like the door to the ancient ruins was before, but since the ancient ruins is scattered around, it might be, I'm assuming it's going to be the same as before, where you would need a particular plort for a particular statue in order to open the door. And I know we haven't seen much yet, but I'm a little disappointed that the doors do not have the smiley slime face. And I wonder if it sings. If it at least sings or makes some sort of nice, sound, that'll be wonderful. But I really did enjoy hearing the little slime song and seeing the little smiley face on the doors, but it's just my thing. So here's collecting some of the resources. I would imagine you would find certain things in certain places, so we have to kind of keep our eye out for what's what. And also here, there's another resource that I don't quite recognize. If you see these little blobs of jelly, little gelatinous blob things, I'm not quite sure what they are. They might be something new for the game, or there might be a reskin version of something that we've had before, but I'm really curious about these things. They almost look like oh, I get it. Jelly stone. Haha, that's a stone inside and it's made of jelly. Very clever, guys. And speaking of inside, it looks like we have two different types of beehives. The first one, the one with the more muted color, more of the brown color, you'll get buzzwax from. And the one in the background, it's a bit more honey colored. That's where we'll get wild honey. When we head back to the Conservatory, as you can see, they have the little baddie slimes hanging out with the dodo hen. And I imagine, baddie slimes will only come out at night, just like the phosphor slimes, or in the caves. And also I noticed, if you see this little green bar here, as Beatrix sucked up these dodo hens, the green bar got longer. So I would imagine that would let us know when we're at maximum capacity for that particular, slime or fruit or vegetable or whatever it is that we happen to be sucking up. In the meantime, if you still want some more information about Slime Rancher 2, I have a video about everything that we know so far right here.